Glen Rock started to grow, their real estate office moved from the three-story building across the street, and Charles Wolfe is seen here at his desk. Business grew, and grocer John DeCourt built stores and apartments next to the Smith Singer building. And here's that south side of the Big Rock. And Rock Road, about 1915. Look for the flagman's shanty at the main line crossing before the automatic gates were installed. Early the morning of June 18, 1956, a fire swept viciously through the Lyon Lumber and Supply Company along the Erie Main Line tracks. Our firemen were assisted by neighboring communities and received high praise for their work. Our largest shopping area is Rock Road between the railroads. Shopping is a pleasure here, with no meters to interfere with your errands. Since that lumberyard fire of 1956, a completely different type of business has moved into modern stores and offices at 175 Rock Road. Storefronts on the south side of Rock Road have undergone some major remodeling that you will see here. Here's a real treat for you on Rock Road. Looking west from the Bergen County Railroad near the bank, the Goffle Mountain seems to be within arm's reach. The Rock Road shopping area includes an independent food market and 2 service stations east of the Bergen County Railroad, where the halfway house once stood. There are other business areas that dot the borough. To the south, Maple Avenue and Harristown Road, we see Glen Corners, rather quiet this Sunday morning. And to the east at Prospect Street near the Fairlawn line, there's a supermarket, many stores, produce stands, and restaurants. And north on Maple Avenue at Park and Highwood Avenues, another business area, including Glen Rock's first store. A Sunday morning drive through Broad Street shows industry has been established near the Ridgewood line. Recreation in the borough includes our swimming pool on Doremus Avenue. The Youth Council campaigned for this pool, which was opened in 1952. It's a popular place on a hot day for young and old. And the tennis courts at Veterans Field are very popular, and reservations are a must. Little League and Junior League teams use the ball field too. And the tennis courts over at the high school are very popular. That high school athletic field seems to stretch out for a long distance. Football, baseball, and track in season. In June, graduation ceremonies, weather permitting, are held here. In the off hours, our small fry enjoy it. Since 1955, many Glen Rock organizations have held meetings in the municipal annex on Maple Avenue. It's a popular spot, morning, afternoon, and evening. With the sound of the original handbell used in the district school, we take you to the red brick schoolhouse at Rock Road and Ackerman Avenue on a Sunday afternoon in 1895, as a few of our young ladies pause for picture taking. And then teacher principal Mr. Charles P. Carter poses with his students in 1898 in front of the one-room schoolhouse that had oil lamps, pot-bellied stove, and the water pail with a dipper for all. School number 1, often called the Wooden School, was opened in 1900 using 2 rooms on the first floor. Classes were smaller in those days. Graduation 1906, 3 graduates with teacher principal Mr. Reuben Orlando Swope. And graduation 1908, 6 graduates, but 2 were camera shy. A class picture of the 7th and 8th grades in 1911 with Mr. Howard Reddick, principal teacher, shows enrollment increasing. And this 4th grade class became the graduation class of 1917 with 23 graduates. Perhaps you can recognize a few. School number 1, with its 8 rooms, became crowded, and population spread west, and walking in winter for tiny tots was difficult. So school number 2, with 4 rooms, was built in 1915 on Doremus Avenue to answer the needs of the school enrollment west of the Bergen County Railroad. Wooden School number 1 was considered a fire hazard, and so in 1926, Central School cornerstone was laid by Mr. Noble, president of the Board of Education. Central School is completed and is shown next to number 1, which had to be kept in service due to the rapid growth of Glen Rock. And in 1929, the junior high school plan was accepted, and Central School became junior high and thus served until 1939. Here's a treat. The red brick schoolhouse is a private home now, but on May 24th, 1964, the junior high school students dedicated Glen Rock's first historic site marker. Principal Paul Schneider was master of ceremonies, and honored guests were students who had attended the school. The marker was unveiled with difficulty, as you saw, by Ronnie Lermond and Ann Schneider, president of Student Council and Honor Society. School number 2 was enlarged and renamed the Richard E. Byrd School in 1931.